I've been thinking about life and the different races on Earth and why things are the way they are. So, um, I'm thinking, for example, that intellectually, white people seem to have achieved the most. When we look back in history and all of the accomplishments we've had in science and technology, our society in general, most of the um, advances have happened due to the efforts of white people. It seems that Asian people, black people, Far Eastern people, I don't know how to define the groups, it seems that white people have achieved the most in terms of intellectual development. And that seems clear. I know it's not sensible to say such a thing because everyone gets offended or it's too political, and it's such a shame that we can never discuss issues concerning race. Even though they're so obvious, we can't develop any further understanding because we're too scared of offending people. And it's kind of irritating. Why are black people more athletically accomplished than white people or Asians or whoever? So it seems clear we have a situation where white people are the most intellectually accomplished, black people are the most physically accomplished, Asian people, Indian people, I'm not sure how to give them advantages. There are different strengths and weaknesses in different areas, I suppose. But humanity owes its position in the world, a development in science and technology, mostly to the efforts of white people, it would seem. And then there's things like philosophy and all of our building and our manufacturing and whatever. That seems to be mostly Far Eastern peoples. There's so much that's unknown about the different races and why we're so different, and there's no analysis of our differences. So we can't develop our understanding because we're scared of offending people. But when I think back in history, for example, and I think of famous scientists, they are all white people basically. I can't think of any famous and accomplished Indian people or black people. I think there are only a few Far Eastern people. It's mostly white people who have achieved the most in society, in our development, in our understanding of the world. And I wish I had an answer as to the reason for white achievement over other races. It's so hard to know anything because, as I say, we won't discuss it because we're scared. But this computer I'm using now, the internet, whatever, we have so much in our lives that are there because of the efforts of white people in the main. Very little contributions from black people. very few. And then we're looking at Indian and Far Eastern. It's hard to define groups, racial groups. I need to sort that out. But humanity is where it is in society. Our development, technologically and philosophically, whatever, mostly due to the efforts of white people. And normally, most people would never say that. They'd be scared to say such a thing. But it is obviously true. And we need to talk about it to understand more of what's going on and why it's going on. As things stand at the moment, we will never understand anything because of our fear of causing offence. As I say, some things are completely obvious, and the achievements of white people in science, philosophy, technology far exceed the achievements of other races. And I would like to know why. I'm trying to understand what it is that makes things this way. It could be something simple like the location of these people in the world and the weather they experience, and that affects their intellectual development, possibly. When I think off the top of my head, I'm not aware of any inventions that we depend on, like the light bulb or the computer or the motor car or all kinds of things. It's always white people, it seems, who are behind these inventions. I'm not aware of Asian people or Far Eastern people or black people who have invented things. It's overwhelmingly white people who have invented things and developed things, and ideas come from white people overwhelmingly. We need to understand what's going on and why things are the way they are. And that means we need to talk about it and not be so scared all the time.